Hi everyone. Before moving into doing studio vlogs and more regular videos in our new home, I wanted to share the moving process into this new place. Now, I'm not entirely sure how this video will be because I just have so many clips all over the place of this moving process. So bear with me. I know I've been procrastinating to do this video for a long time, but here we are. We've been wanting to leave Paris for quite some time. I personally despise Paris. Gabin doesn't really appreciate it either. And we figured that the Christmas market of La Défense, which is Paris's biggest Christmas market that I attended, will be a great way to conclude our Paris chapter and move on to new things. So the market ended on the 28th of December and it was for 45 days. So the first step of this move was to break down the booth of that market. There was a lot of merch to put away, the display, and we just packed everything into the moving cardboard boxes since I wasn't going to be opening and using my merch until we settled into our new home. Within 2 days, we had managed to really fully put away all the stuff from the Christmas market and my convention stuff. And the next step was to pack everything we needed for our home. And that was the tricky part. Since the market finished on the 28th of December, what would be a better date than the 3rd of January, like 5 days after the market, to officially move all our stuff? So I can pretty confidently say this was the most stressful move I've done. We were kind of just speedrunning the whole thing. It's our very last day here. So we emptied out the entire office as well as the bedroom and all the stuff we had laying around. The place is super echoey now, and not gonna lie, I'm pretty stressed. Packing everything up and moving was so intense since we only had 5 days total to do everything. So fingers crossed everything goes well tomorrow when we do the move. We're getting a truck at 8 a.m. and yeah, I'm just so tired. Can't wait for this to be over and to finally have my own home again. For those that didn't know, this place was my parents' place and we moved back here with my husband after having lived just us two together for the past 4 or 5 years. And the idea was to save up some money again since the previous year we were in the Netherlands and we were living off of our savings, so that was not ideal. And so we've moved back here for the past year and a half. I'm so excited to get my independence back and to actually have my own home, time to eat, and then go sleep. And tomorrow's the big day. We've been so unlucky with this move. Let me explain what has been happening so far. So my parents go to the trunk rental company for arriving at 8:15 a.m. And when they arrive, there's a queue of people waiting. What's been happening is that it's been snowing all night here, and so the floor is kind of icy. And the guy of the rental company fell with the ice, and so he ended up, I think, going to urgent care or something, meaning that there was nobody to take care of the truck rentals. So they had to wait for 45 minutes for the next shift person to come over and give the keys and do the paperwork. So that's one thing. So then we fill up the truck with all our stuff that was in one of the storage units that we had. There was some furniture, a couple cardboard boxes. And then we come to our home where there was even more stuff and we fill it up. And since we're on a road that has a lot of people going through it, we put the warnings on the truck while we were loading everything, and we were about to leave until we realized that the truck had no more battery. Let's go. We've been waiting for the past hour for somebody to come and help us fix this problem because we still have 3 hours of driving ahead of us. The 3 cars that we loaded are already on their way to the new house, and I'm just here waiting with my dad to get the truck fixed. What kind of sucks is that when we'll be arriving, the sun will be down, so we'll have to unload the whole thing in the dark, which is not ideal. However, it is a good thing that we left last, because all that you see here is stuff we were about to forget, and hopefully the 3-hour drive will not feel way too long. Little update of the truck rental situation. It's been, I think, 10 minutes they're going at it, and still not managing to jumpstart the battery again. I'm just so annoyed at this point. Hello from the studio we'll be staying at until there's the heater functioning in the house. It's a small little studio with electric heating. However, it's still so cold here right now. We just brought a bed up here and that's it. And we have the cat with us with her food, the litter box, and water. Hello. I'm feeling so tired right now and a little bit weird because it was such an intense day, but I guess it's just gonna take some time and we'll be fine. And it's our very first morning here. The night was super cold, though we did sleep very well because we were so tired. And now we're gonna prepare breakfast for my parents coming over and my grandparents and start unpacking everything. Look at the garden. It looks so nice. I love this place so much. We're continuing our adventures of moving in this house, and as you can see it's currently snowing quite heavily, so we're kind of rushing to put all our basic clothes and stuff we need to work in the car so that we can have dinner at my grandma's and also sleep there in case we can't come back, especially that we haven't really had time to do much grocery shopping, so it's actually a good thing that we can stay there. Since we're in the middle of nowhere, if we get stuck in the snow we really can't leave the house. So yeah, time to rush everything together, get our cat, and have dinner. And here's the cat. And here is Gavin. Say hi.
Hi.
And we're currently staying in the studio where we have some heating in the meantime of having heating in the big house. The reason why the moving in is taking so long is that to put our stuff inside of all of the cupboards that are here, I essentially need to put back into boxes the stuff that is already here for my family. And all of the cookingware, dishware, and books has been taking so long, and I've been going through so much bubble wrap. I've been trying my best to reuse all those that we were already using for moving in, but I'm really not having enough. So I just bought a gigantic roll. Also, I'm very annoyed. We were supposed to have somebody to come and clean up the chimney for us today and also fix the roofing in one of the other buildings, and the guy just never showed up. But now it's practically 5 p.m. and there's still no news of the guy, no answers on phone calls, no nothing. So it's just frustrating. But let me show you the progress I've been making. So inside of this cupboard, there was all of the dishes. We've only kept the ones we wanted to keep and also added the ones that were already ours. I'm still going through everything, but it's a lot clearer. I put my cables here in the meantime, the tablecloths and some towels. And I still have this last shelf to do. All the glasses over here. And then all of this. And everything that you see here is the stuff that I need to put in cardboard boxes as well. This is never ending. I'm just so done with it. Usually I'm very efficient when it comes to unpacking everything and moving in, but this move has been testing my limits for real. So let's continue packing the stuff that's already here so that I can put my stuff. Emptying all of the juices and cans of random old drinks I will never drink. Let's do a little kitchen progress. Everything has been emptied and cleared. We've put our own stuff inside of all the jars and also the cupboards. We've put away the table that was here that was taking a lot of space. Cleaning over here. Cleaning over there. The cooking books that we've already unpacked have been put right above the fridge. And we've so far kept everything that's on top. We'll organize that later. It's not taking space, but one day we'll get rid of it. We've also cleared these little shelves to put our clear containers inside. So far in the back room, we've had all our boxes that were stored, so it's still very messy, including all of my convention stuff and product boxes that are there. Ideally, all of this will go in the little living room once that will be cleared because there's just so much stuff inside. And that's the progress so far, a week and a half in. This is the state of the living room that will eventually become my office. But yeah, there's a lot of crap here. There's all my machines that are randomly stored. I just got myself my dream lamp, and let's install it together. And here she is. So I'm still missing a light bulb, so I can't turn it on, but it just looks so nice. I've been dreaming to have a lamp in this shape for so long, and here it is. Okay, and that brings us to today. We are currently the 13th of February, which means we've been here for a bit over a month. And now we are in a state where the house still needs a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be emptied out and donated. However, we've finally managed to unbox all of our stuff. And I thought I would finish this video by giving you a little tour of the place as it is now. So this is my office for now. So here I have my laser machine, my stuff to work. In this shelf, there's some machines, my stock. Here's the stuff I use for doing screen printing for my shirts. All my paints and pencils. My little trolley with more stuff. Over this side, there's a little cozy couch, my pin collection, and then there's my stock that's here. And I still need to fill this up with all my materials. Now that I have access to all of my stock, the shop is finally reopened. I still offer international shipping, so make sure to check that out if you're interested. Then over here we have the entrance with this amazing staircase. Then is the living room. For now, Gabin is working from here and with this amazing view. My desk is right across over here. And then over here is our book collection. Pretty proud of that. Obviously, we have our little baby that is napping on the chair. And then on this shelf is all our board games and puzzles. And it's looking pretty full. And then over here is our bedroom. Now, once again, it's very messy, but it's super practical. We have a shower in our room with a sink as well. The TV with the PS4 and the Switch dock, which is perfect for when we are in bed and playing. And then on the other side is our guest bedroom. Frankly, this is the room that is the most finished. We don't really plan on changing anything. I really love the frame of the bed. It's one that we had in our previous flat, and there's just a bunch of organization. There's a bunch of cupboards under and everything. And then over here we have a sink. We've put single-use toiletries that we had laying around, so guests can use them if they forgot their toothbrush or anything. And on the other side is the shower. The house is clearly far from done. There's a couple of little renovations we want to do. I think I'll include those into studio vlogs. Thank you for watching. You can like this video if you like it, if you'd like. And you can also subscribe. I usually do art content and studio vlogs. I do illustration. I have an online shop. All my links are going to be in the description. And yeah, that kind of wraps up everything. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!